Okay, now we have to focus on the foreign currency futures. Foreign currency futures. Before going to the next slide, we have to focus. There are two types of financial derivatives. One is the foreign currency futures and foreign currency options. Swap is also one type of financial derivatives. Okay, so basically we have to focus on the two types of financial derivatives. One is the foreign currency future, another is the foreign currency option. But at first we have to focus on foreign currency, foreign currency future. So this is the foreign currency future. Okay. Now, what is the foreign currency future? What is the foreign currency future? The foreign currency future contract is an alternative to forward contract. We know the forward contract and the spot contract, spot transaction and the forward transaction. We know because we had a discussion in our last class. A foreign exchange future contract is an alternative. It is an alternative. It is it is an it is an alternative to a forward contract. Okay, it is an alternative to a forward contract that calls for future delivery of a standard amount of foreign currency at a fixed time, place and price. The fixed at a fixed time, place and price. ওকে, আপনারা যদি সবাই আনমিউট করে নেন তাহলে আমার মনে হয় ভালো হয় আর কি। ঠিক আছে?
বেলাল ভাই মিউট করেন।
Okay. Okay. So this is the foreign currency future contract. Is an alternative to a forward contract that calls for a future delivery of a standard amount of foreign currency at a fixed time, place, and price. This is a foreign currency future contract. Okay, we are focusing on in the green color standard amount. Because in case of the forward contract, we did not use any term like standard amount. But here, in case of the foreign currency futures, we have been using the standard amount. This is the standard amount, right? This is the standard amount. Okay. Now, it is similar to a future contract for commodities such as cattle, lumber, interest-bearing deposit in gold. It is similar to a future contracts for commodities future contracts, the lumber future contract, interest-bearing deposit, gold, etc. In this case, it is a future contract. The contract specification established by the exchange which the future contracts are traded. Future contracts are traded in an organized exchange floor. Therefore, what would be the contract specification that should be fixed by the exchange floor? The major features that are standardized are. So you are not standardized amount, standardized contract. So major features that are standardized are. What is the major features? This is the major features of the future contract that are standardized. That are standardized. What is the standardized? Notional principle. First of all, is the notional principle. The notional principle. This is the. Do you have a book with you? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so open the book. Just open the book.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the space. You will find the major features of the foreign currency future contract. The notional principle. Check the notional principle. Notional principle, the amount for which the contract is made, on which the interest is charged. Trading is currency must be traded in an even multiple currency unit. This is the notional principle. Okay, the notional principle is the amount for which the interest will be charged or the contract will be made. This is the notional principle in the contract side. Method of stating exchange rate. In this case, we know that American method is used. There are, we know that the exchange rate can be stated in the two ways, either in the direct put or American put, or in the European put or the indirect put. So in case of the future contract, only the American put will be used. What is the American put? Chef Stan?
Sir, I don't know.
Anyone from you should know what is American put. What is American put? What is American food? No idea? Baby Akhtar? Baby Akhtar.
Sorry, sir.
What is American food?
Sorry, sir.
When the home currency is quoted per unit of foreign currency, that means the home currency first, then followed by the foreign currency. So this is called the American. This is called the American food or the direct food. Direct food is also when the dollar in front, then it is called the American food or the direct food. When the dollar at back, then it is called the indirect food or the European food. This is simple to understand. Okay, when we will see that the dollar, when we'll find a code for the dollar at first, then it will be treated as the American food or the direct food. Okay. Okay. So method of stating exchange, which method is used in this case? Hello. Which method is used in this case?
Sir,
American
terms.
method. American terms or American method is used. Clear?
Yes, sir.
American
Yes.
method. What American method is used? American method is, in this case, the American method is used. Okay. Now, now it's visible. This screen is more visible now.
স্যার
Hello?
স্যার, নিচের অংশটা কি দেখা যাচ্ছে না? নিচের অংশটা।
হ্যাঁ,
Maturity-
নিচের অংশ দেখা যাবে, নিচের অংশের সমস্যা নেই। ঠিক আছে।
আচ্ছা জি স্যার, ঠিক আছে স্যার, এখন একটু বড় লাগছে।
এখন এখন না আছে more visible than previous one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So American method is used. Now the maturity date. So what would be the maturity date in this case, in case of the future? Okay. The contract must be matured on the third Wednesday. Focus on. Concentrate on. The contract must be matured on the third Wednesday of the starting of the each quarter of the year. Quarter of the year. Thing is clear. A contract must be matured on the third Wednesday of the starting of the each quarter of the year, as well as the ending of the each quarter of the year. That means the contract must be matured on third Wednesday of January, March, April, June, July, September, October, and December. Thing is clear. Maturity date. Now the last trading day. What will be the last trading day for the future contract? The contract must be traded through the second business day prior to the Wednesday on which contract will be mature. That means the contract must be traded through the second business day prior to the Wednesday. For example, the Wednesday is the maturity date, then the contract must be traded for the second business day. That is, the first business day is Tuesday and the second business day is Monday. That means the contract must be traded through Monday or through second business day prior to the Wednesday on which contract matures or contract will be matured. This is the last trading day, right? And the collateral and maintenance margin, and it can vary from the market to market, but the purchaser must deposit some as an initial margin of collateral to a collateral, okay, to exchange clearing house, okay, because as a guarantee that the contract must be implemented, the transaction must be settled, the collateral and maintenance margin. The depositor must the purchaser must deposit the sum as an initial margin of collateral. As an initial margin of collateral. Now the other one, the settlement. Settlement. How it will be settled? Only about 5% of all future contracts are settled by physical delivery of foreign exchange between the buyer and seller. Only 5%. And the 5% of all contracts are settled by physical delivery for foreign exchange between the buyer and seller. Why we are telling only 5% of the future contracts are settled? Because most of the buyers and sellers offset their original position prior to delivery date by taking an opposite position. That means for example, we can say that the 3 months forward contract. For you have a 3 months forward contract, and after 15 days you are selling this future contract for 2.5 months to another party. And then for example the party B, and then party B again selling this future contract to the other party for remaining 2 months, and for example C, and C again selling this future contract to the D for remaining 1.5 months, and then D also selling the same future contract to E for 1 month, and then E again selling the future contract to F for example within the 15 days. That means the E will not get any scope to E, and if the E do not does not get any scope to resell the contract to the other party, then the delivery will go from U to the B. So therefore, we are focusing on only about 5% of the future contracts are settled by physical delivery of foreign exchange between the buyer and seller. Most often, buyer and seller offset their original position prior to delivery date by taking an opposite position. For example, when we are buying some currency from you, and simultaneously I am selling the same currency to the other. Okay, so only 5% in case the transactions are settled by physical delivery of currency. To complete buy or sell or buy is called a round trap. That means when I am buying and equally selling this currency to the same delivery, this is called a round trap. To complete buy and sell or buy is called a round trap. Then focus, the term is stated in green color. To complete buy and sell or buy is called a round trap. Okay. Now, in case of the commission, the customers pay commission. Customer pay commission to the broker to execute a round trap, and a single price is quoted. No bid and ask quote, and there is no bid and ask quote. Only the customer pay commission to their brokers to execute a round trap. This is complete buy and sell. It's called the round trap, and the single price is quoted, and the single price is quoted. Okay, things clear? Are you hearing?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, the customers pay commission to the broker to execute the round trip, and the single price is quoted through beaten up. Okay. And now the exchange counterparties. Counterparties here the exchange clearing house has used as a counterparty. No other counter party is there. All contracts are agreement between the client and exchange clearing house, and owned and guaranteed by all the members of the exchange. So therefore, no counterparty risks are there. Okay, because the exchange itself is working as a counterparty. All the contracts are agreement between the client and exchange clearing house, and these exchange clearing house are owned and guaranteed by all the members of the exchange. Therefore, no counterparty risks are there. So these are the major features of foreign currency contract that makes the contract are standardized. Okay, now the things are clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
We
sir.
go to the next slide. This is the foreign currency features, and then we have discussed the major features of the foreign currency features. Okay. Now we shall use an example that will demonstrate, that will help us to understand how the forward contract can be implemented in the real world. Okay, this is the hook. This is the hook: maturity, open, high, low, settle, lifetime, high, low, and open interest rate basis. So it means Stanhill Buffett 2006 is exhibit, 2016 book. I think that way, if you open this book, you'll get this book. Okay, next you can paste. Do you have a book with you?
Yes, sir. 96
Okay,
page.
then you will find this in book. Okay, this is the Mexican peso for 500,000 Mexican peso. Okay, dollar for 10 Mexican peso. Okay. So through when we use the forward contract, then normally it takes when we are settling or making transactions for the forward contract, that time we take two positions. One position is called the short position, another is called the long position. Short position means when we want to sell something for the forward contract, that means it is called the short position. When we are in buy something, that means we are taking a long position. It's clear what is short position and what is the long position? Hello. Hello, Masam Billah, are you hearing?
স্যার স্লাইডটা
MD,
পুরোপুরি আসছে না স্যার
হ্যাঁ,
স্যার
স্লাইডটা
শুনতেছি তো।
পুরোপুরি আসছে না স্যার
মাইক্রোফোন
স্লাইডটা পুরোপুরি আসছে না স্যার
ও ক্লিয়ার হচ্ছে না সাউন্ডটা।
হ্যাঁ সাউন্ড ঠিক আছে স্যার, সাউন্ড
স্লাইডটা মাঝখানে হয়ে
স্লাইডটা
আছে
স্যার ভালো শোনা
পুরোপুরি
যাচ্ছে।
স্লাইড
স্লাইড ও না, আমি স্লাইডে যাবো। স্লাইড
আপনার স্ক্রিনে
ওইটা স্লাইডের মাঝামাঝি আছে।
হ্যাঁ, ওইটা স্লাইডের মাঝামাঝি আছে, যেহেতু আমরা উই আর ফোকাসিং অন দ্য আপার পার্ট অফ দ্য স্লাইড। ওকে, not bottom part of the slide. We are focusing on this is the continuous slide, don't worry. Okay, this is the short position, now the total slide is visible. Okay, the total slide is visible. Okay, so Mahmoud Hassan, tell me, Mahmoud Hassan, so what is short? Short position means the selling foreign currency by a forward contract or the future contract, and long position means buying foreign currency through the future contract or the forward contract. This is called the so in the long position. First, we have to focus on the short position. What is short position? Assume the speculator. What about the speculator? Assume a speculator believes that the Mexican peso will fall in the value versus the US dollar by March. By March, the Mexican value. For example, we are focusing on February. For example, we are on February, believing that by March, the Mexican peso will fall its value against the US dollar. So thus, she could sell a March future contract taking a short position. She could sell because if there is a chance to reduce the value of the peso, therefore peso at the price above the current price. Because for example, if by March, if the market price falls, but still this speculator has an opportunity to sell the peso at a price above the current market price or the current market price on the market, current price on the market, and can make the profit. Then what will be his profit? She sells a March future contract for a Mexican 500,000 peso at the settle price of the dollar. So this is the settle price. Check the settle price. Okay, this is the settle price. This is the settle 0109858. So this is the settle price. You can use this as a settle price. This is the settle price. Okay, so at the settle price, so this is the settle price. This is the settle price. This is the settle price. What is the price? This is the at the settle price. At this settle price. Okay, so this is the settle price. Okay, the below of our position maturity, if the spot exchange rate, of peso in the market is like this, for example, like this dollar for farmers peso, this is the farmers peso, then what will be the below at her maturity? What will be the below at her maturity? The below of our maturity will be like this. The below, and you know, in case of the short position, the notional principal must be entered into the equation in the negative figure. You know the notional principal. Notional principal is the amount for which the contract is made. So this is the 500,000 Mexican peso. This is the notional principal must be entered in the equation as a negative figure multiplied by the spot minus future. So this is the spot rate. This is the future rate. So this is the profit. This is the profit. The speculator will be made. This is the profit. The speculator will make $7,290 within 10 minutes. Okay, are you hearing? Within 10 minutes we will rejoin again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. After the 10 minutes we will rejoin. Okay, so this is the notional principal. Negative notional principal multiplied by spot minus futures, and the speculator will have this amount of profit, 7,209. Now the long position. Now the same speculator believes that the Mexican peso will gain its value against the US dollar, against the euro. So she could take a long position. That is buying March future contract on Mexican peso. That means now he wants to buy something because he believes that in the future by March the Mexican peso's value will get value of the Mexican peso will incline. Therefore, he wants to enter into a contract to buy Mexican peso earlier. That means he wants to take an advantage to buy the future contract, to buy the Mexican peso at a lower price than the price that will prevail at that time by March. Okay. So she buys one March future contract, 500,000 Mexican pesos at the settle price. Now the settle price is that like $0.010958 per Mexican peso. The value of our position maturity, if the spot exchange rate at maturity is like this, $0.100 per Mexican peso. Now the value. What will be its value? Profit or loss, that means the value at maturity. In case of the long position, the notional principal must be entered into the equation as it is. See the equation. The notional principal must be entered into the equation as it is. That means no change, is a positive figure. Multiplied by the spot minus futures. So multiplied by the spot minus future. In the previous one, spot minus also futures. Here also same this spot minus future. So here the profit is 210. So no negative figure, so it is a positive figure. So therefore, she earns $210 profit. However, if the peso, but what happens if the speculators' expectation about the future value on Mexican peso strong? For example, there is a sudden inflation in the Mexico, and the government now announces that the rate of the inflation in the Mexico has suddenly risen, and peso falls to this price. This is the new price of the Mexican peso. The speculator expected the peso price would incline, but the real situation, the Mexican peso price stands to like this point 0.0800 per Mexican by March maturity. Then what will be his value at maturity? Her value at maturity will be like this. That means in this case, the speculator will suffer a huge speculative loss. How much loss in this case? $14,790. You know this, in case of the speculation, there is a loss and there is also a possibility of it. And definitely the speculator operates his or her business for earning profit, but many cases a loss can be incurred. In this case, the speculator faces a huge speculative loss by $14,790. So things are clear. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you hearing? Okay. Now we have to find some differences between the foreign currency future contract and the forward contract. Okay, the foreign currency future contract differ from the forward contract in a number of important ways. First thing is that individual find the future contract more useful for the speculation, because normally they don't have access to the forward, because size of the forward contract is big compared to the size of the future contract. Therefore, individual don't normally prefer to speculate the future contract for the future contract rather than the forward. On the other hand, the business firm or the institutional investors or the speculators find the future contract inefficient and burdensome, because the future position is marked to the market on the daily basis over the life of the contract. So this is the first understanding, is that the individual normally prefer the future contract, but the firms prefer the future contract. Thing is that the size of the future contract is small compared to the forward contract. Therefore, the individual can afford or can speculate with a small amount of the money. So they normally prefer the speculation through the future contract rather than the forward contract. On the other hand, the firm thinks the future contract is cumbersome, is burdensome and inefficient. Burdensome and efficient, because the future position of the future contracts are marked to the market over the life of the contract, and the other specification, other differences are. So you see that foreign currency future contracts differ from forward contracts in a number of important ways. What are the important ways in this case? That the futures are standardized in terms of size, while forward contract cannot. Forward contract can be customized. The the amount of the future contract are standardized. Futures are standardized in terms of the size, while the forward contracts can be customized for any amount of money. The speculator can make a forward contract, but any amount of the money, the future the speculator cannot make a future contract. There the futures are standardized in terms of the size, while the forward can be customized. And the futures have the fixed maturity. In terms of the maturity, check the maturity. What was the maturity in case of the in terms of the basis maturity? In the basis maturity, what would be the difference between the future contract and forward contract? What would be that? Okay. Nowar Najafat, are you hearing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then what would be the difference in case of the maturity between the forward contract and the future contract? Few minutes back, we told you the future contract has a fixed maturity. The contract mature. Go to the specification. The contract matures on third Wednesday of starting of the each quarter of the year, as well as the ending of the each quarter of the year. That means the future contract has fixed maturity, while forward contract can have any maturity. Both typically have maturity for 1 year or less. Both contracts, but normally the future contracts are normally made for 1 year, but the forward contract can be made for 1 year or less or more. Okay, for 1 year maturity or less, more or less in case of the forward contract, but the future contract is normally prepared for a particular year. Okay, you can have fixed maturity, while the forward can have any maturity. But typically have maturities of 1 year or less. The trading, now the location, the trading location. Trading on future, the trading on futures occurs on organized exchange while the forward contracts are traded between the individual banks and traders. So trading future contracts are traded on organized exchange. We told the trading, all the contracts are agreement between the clients and the exchange clearing house. Therefore, the trading on the future occurs on organized exchange, while the forward contracts are traded between the individuals and banks with other banks through telecommunication, through the telecommunication link. Here, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes.
Contracts are occurred on organized exchange are occurred on organized exchange floor, while the forward contracts are traded between the banks, banks and individuals with other banks through telecommunication linkage. Or also the OTC market. This is the over the counter market. Okay, you know what is over the counter market that we have to discuss on the over the counter market. So it is the over the counter market is not regulated by any rules and regulations. These are the informal market where something can be traded. This is called the OTC market, over the counter. Future have margin. In case of the margin, we told the purchaser must pay an initial margin to a broker. Initial margin as a collateral or security. Okay, that is market to market on a daily basis. While only a bank relation is needed in case of forward contract. In case of the forward contract, no initial margin is required because you know that in case of the forward contract, the contract is developed between the bank and individuals. Therefore, bank only enters to an individual who has a good relationship. Therefore, in case of the forward contract, no initial margin is required, but the good bank customer relationship is required in case of the future contract. So in case of the forward contract, so we are focusing on clearing the point is that the futures have an initial margin, but in case of the forward contract, no initial margin is required, but a good bank customer relationship is required. Okay. Now future settlement. In case of the settlement, the futures are really settled while forwards are normally settled. In total, only 5% of the future contracts are settled through the physical delivery. Most of the cases, future contracts are settled by taking an offsetting position prior to the maturity date. So only 5% of future contracts are settled through the delivery, or while the most of the forward contracts are settled through the physical delivery. Okay. So these are the major difference. Okay, and also there are other differences are there. It's noted. It is not on the line on the slide, but you have to note them. What are these? Trading offers, trading hours. So as the future contracts are traded on the organized exchange floor, so only it is possible through the working hour. So the trading occurs only the working hours. But in case of the forward contract, negotiated between the banks and individuals with other banks, so telecommunication linkage, so it is open for 24/7. It is open for 24/7. Okay, this in case of the trading hours. And the counterparties. The counterparties in case of the future contracts are unknown because due to the auction nature of the market, anyone can offer the high price. He or she can win the auction and can take the currencies. But in case of the forward contract, the counterparties are known because we told that no commission is required, but a good bank customer relationship is required. So good bank customer relationship is required, and only when each parties are known to each other, the parties are known to each other. In this case, a good bank customer relationship can be developed. Otherwise, so this is the other basis, and another basis is their liquidity. Both contracts are liquid, either future contract or the forward contract. but the difference is that the future contract area is small in sales volume and value related to the forward contract. Uh, but the forward contract is also liquid but large in sales volume and value related to the future contract. So these are the major differences between the future contract and the forward contract. So now tell me, tell me the issues are clear to you regarding the differences between the future contract and the forward contract?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So any ambiguity in any differences? Okay. Now the foreign currency option. Now the foreign currency option. Now we have to focus on the foreign currency option. Take it. Foreign currency option. The foreign currency option. The outline of the topic is the foreign currency option. We know that there are two types of foreign currency derivatives. One is the foreign currency future, another is the foreign currency option. One is the future, another is the option contract. One is the future contract, another is the option contract. Okay. Now, what is foreign currency option? This is the foreign currency. This is the foreign currency option. That's the foreign currency option. A foreign currency option is a contract giving the option buyer or option holder a right but not an obligation. We are focusing on, check it. A right but not an obligation to buy or sell a given amount of foreign currency at a fixed price per unit for a specific time period. So this is the foreign currency option. Option means you can exercise it or you cannot. Okay, you can. So if you think that the exercising is profitable, you will exercise, and when you think that exercising is not profitable, you will expire. So it's your option. It is not mandatory to you. Therefore, it is said the foreign currency option is a contract, definitely contract. The future contract is a future is also a contract. Foreign currency future is also a contract. The foreign currency option is a contract, giving an option buyer, the holder, a right but not an obligation. It's his or her right, but he is not obligated to buy or sell a given amount of foreign currency at a fixed price per unit for a specific time period. A fixed price per unit for a specified time period. So this is a foreign currency option. It is a foreign currency option. Okay. It is not compulsory. It is not mandatory. You have an option. You can exercise or you can expire. The option will be exercised only if it is profitable. When there is a possibility of no profit, then you will expire. So this option, and this option can be exercised only by an option holder. Who is the holder? The buyer of the option is the option holder, and the seller of the option is called the writer or the grantor. Okay, buyer is called the option writer or option grantor, and the writer and grantor does not have any option. Okay, if the buyer is exercised, then the writer is obligated to exercise it. Okay, so there are two basic types of option. Okay, option is clear. What is option? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sohidul Islam. Sohidul Islam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this clear. What is option?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, even as a layman, you can understand what is an option. Option means you have an option. It is not obligated. You are not bound to do something. Okay, you have an option. Okay, you can do it or not. So there are two types of options. There are two basic types of options. One is a call option, another is called a put option. This is the call option. A call option is an option to buy the foreign currency. That means when you are interested to buy something, then here you have to buy a call option, and when you are interested to sell something, then you have to buy a put option. That means a call is an option to buy foreign currency, a put is an option to sell foreign currency. So there are two types of options. One is the call option. Call option means buy and put option to sell. The buyer of an option is term and holder. The buyer who is buying an option, whether it is a call option or the put option, the buyer of an option may be a call option or may be a put option is termed as the holder. He is called the holder of the buyer. The buyer is called and holder of the option. While the seller of an option, the seller of an option is referred to as the writer or grantor. The seller is termed as the writer or grantor. The seller is termed as the writer or the grantor. Okay, the writer or the grantor is the seller of the option. Okay, there are two parties in the option. One is the holder, another is the writer or grantor. Okay, and also we find that there are two types of options. One is called the European option, another is called the American option. And whether it is a European option or the American option, every option has three price limits. And that means what are the elements of the option? There are three price elements of the option. So these are the three price elements of the option. First one is that the exercise or strike price. The exchange rate at which the foreign currency can be purchased or sold. That is the call option or the put option will be exercised. At what price that will be exercised, whether it is the call or put option, that will be exercised at the exercise price, which is also known as the strike price. So in our problem, we will use the strike price. Okay, frequently we use the strike price. Strike price means the price or contractual price at which the option will be exercised. Either it is a put option or whether it is a call option. Okay, and another element is the premium. The premium is the cost of the price or the value of the option. The price at which we are buying the option, this is the buying price or the selling price. This is the price of the option ultimately. So the price or cost of the option is known as the premium. It's known as the premium. Premium means it is the price of the option itself. It is the price of the option itself, not the price of the currency. It is the price of the option contract. It is the price of the at which price you are buying a buy option contract or the call option contract or the put option contract. So this is the premium is the price of the option itself. And third one is the underlying or actual spot exchange rate in the market. The underlying, this is the underlying or actual spot exchange rate in the market. It's normally known as the spot exchange rate. The current spot exchange rate in the market, or it is exchange rate in the spot market. This is the exchange rate in the spot market or underlying or actual spot exchange rate in the market. That means we need an option contract has three price elements. One is the strike, second strike price, second one is the premium, third one is the spot price. What is the spot exchange? Okay, spot price is the spot exchange. Is clear? Strike price, premium, spot exchange. Every option has three price limits. Check it. This green color has three price limits. One is the exercise strike price, second one is the premium, third one is the spot exchange rate. This is the spot exchange rate. Underlying is the spot exchange rate. Okay. And also two types of options are available. One is called the American option, another is called the European option. This is the American option, another is called the American option. One is the American option, another is called the European option. Okay, now what do you mean by the American option? The American option gives the buyer the right to exercise the option at any time, focusing on at any time. The American option can be exercised at any time between the date of the writing and expiration or maturity date. Okay, between the date of the writing and the expiration date, this is called the American option. Okay, the option that can be exercised at any time between the date of the writing and the expiration of the maturity date. This type of option is known as the American option. And another type of option is also available, that is known as the European option, that can be exercised only on its expiration date. That is, this can be exercised only at maturity, not before. That means it can be exercised before the maturity date, this type of option, the option that cannot be exercised before the maturity and only exercisable at maturity, this is called the European option. Is clear? What is the difference between the American option and European option? Is clear?
Yes, sir.
Sabrina, friend? Is clear?
Yes, sir.
Is clear the difference between the American option and European option? Okay, the American
Yes, sir.
option can be exercised at any time, but European option can be exercised only at maturity. Okay. Okay. Nevertheless, the American EV options are priced almost the same. Price almost the same. Nevertheless, the American European option are priced almost the same because the option holder would normally sell the option itself before the maturity. Okay, in this case, the option holder would normally sell the option itself before the maturity of the option will sell normally sell before the maturity. The option would then still have some time value about its intrinsic value if it exercised. So if it is exercised, in case how the option, the price of the option, how the option price will be settled, how will be determined. The option price have two elements. One is the time value, another is called the intrinsic value. One is the time value, another is the intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is the profit that an option holder can earn. One is the one that is the profit that the speculator may earn. So that is the difference between the strike price and the spot price. This is the intrinsic value. For example, the strike price is $1.5 per pound, but the spot price is for example, you can say this $2. But if it is a call option, then the intrinsic value will be 2 minus 1.5, that is a 0.5 cents, 5 cents per pound. So this would be the intrinsic value. Now every option has also a time value. We know that time value in the financial management. We know the financial management. We knew that time value. What is the time value? Do you have any idea? Time value. Time value. No. Time value, any idea? Muqtadir. Hello, are you hearing? Muqtadir. No response for the Muqtadir. MD Amdad Hussain. Hello, are you hearing? MD Amdad Hussain. Yeah, yes.
जी सर
बोलें time value की what do you mean by the time value of money? Here we are considering the time value of option.
Time value of money normally based on the matter of inflation.
Well, there are the different things. There is a different thing other than the inflation. Inflation is one of the reasons for creating the time value. There are also other reasons. For example, the investment opportunities. For example, we can say that conjunction features. For example, we can say that the uncertainty. So all are the elements. All these elements are responsible for creating the concept of the time value. Time value means time preference for value. So we prefer a particular time for having a given amount of money right now, rather than the same amount of money to be in the future. Therefore, it is said that a Taka today is more worth than a Taka to be received tomorrow, because during the because within a time anything can be happen. Our attitude, our expectation can be changed. Therefore, we prefer the current time over the future time. The amount of the money is same. So this is called the time value. Is this time value means the value of something can be changed between the present and the expiration date. For example, for a option contract is made for the 90 days. Okay, within the 90 days, anything can be happen. Okay, therefore they charge some value for the option. For example, the exchange rate can be also be the change. One thing is that the currency value can be changed, interest rate can be changed, the other elements can be changed, the business cycle elements can be changed. Therefore, we have to charge a time value in case of the determining the premium. In determining the premium or pricing the option, we have to consider the time value as well as the intrinsic value. Therefore, in the intrinsic value. Okay. Now the moneyness of an option. Moneyness of an option. Moneyness of an option. Okay, moneyness of an option. The premium or option price. We told you, the premium is the price of the option itself. Is the cost of the option. Or the option price is the cost of the option usually paid in advance by the buyer to the seller. This premium is normally when we are buying a put option or whether we are buying a sell option, we have to pay in advance the option price to the writer, to the seller or grantor. Okay. In the OTC market, premiums are quoted as a percentage of the transaction amount. In the OTC market, over the counter market, in the OTC market, we are telling that in the OTC market, over the counter, the options are not traded in organized access code. Okay, they are not traded like the future contracts are not traded in the organized access code. Options are normally traded still. We are running out of time within 10 minutes. Again, we'll rejoin. Okay, this is the reminder to you. Clear?
Yes, sir.
In the OTC market, premiums are quoted as a percentage of the transaction amount, as a percentage of the transaction amount for 5%, 2%, 3%, percentage of the transaction amount. In the OTC market, premiums are quoted as like this. Premiums on organized traded options are quoted as domestic currency amount per unit of foreign. So I told I'm talking. I am not telling the wrong one because the options are also traded in the in simultaneously both markets. It is trading in the OTC market as well as on the organized access the organized access. But the future contracts are only traded in the only the organized exchange code. Okay, not OTC market, but the options now we can find that the options are also trading on the OTC market. The premiums on exchange traded options are quoted as domestic currency amount per unit of foreign currency. That means the American code, where it's always in the premium the American code will be the used. The domestic currency amount per unit of foreign currency. Okay. An option post access price is the same as the spot price. That is the strike price when the strike price is equal to the spot price of the underlying currency. It is said to be at the money. So you said it is the at the money. It's clear there are three terms normally used. What is the at the money, in the money, or on the money? Okay, this is known as the at the money. An option post access price is same as the spot price. If the spot price and access price is same, then the situation is called the at the money. Now the next one. Okay. Other one. An option that would be profitable, excluding the cost of the premium, is exercised immediately as said to be in the money. Is said to be in the money. So when the option exercising is profitable, whether a put option or whether it is a call option, when we can make some profit, that means from the option exercising, that means we are. It is said that we are in the money. Is clear? It is the in the money. Option that will be profitable excluding the cost of the premium, if exercised immediately, is said to be in the money, in ITM, ATM, ITM. Okay, an option that would not be profitable, whether it is a call option or whether or again put option, again excluding the cost of the premium, excluding the cost of the premium, excluding the yeah. So in this case, we are not considering the premium. An option that would not be profitable, excluding the cost of the premium, is exercised immediately, is referred to as out of the money OTM. OTM. So we are in case of the option contract, we there are three types of moneyness. One is the at the money, another is the in the money, another is the out of the money. So it's clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm Johul Islam. Johul Islam, are you hearing?
Sir, yes, sir. Sir.
How is clear? At the money, in the money, and out of the money. It's clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Should I repeat? Clear? At the money, in the money, or out of the money? Mahabuba Nasrin, are you hearing? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Are you clear? At the money,
Yes,
in the
sir.
money, and out of the money?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so go to the next slide. Okay. In the past 3 decades, the use of foreign currency option as a hedging tool. Normally, option is used as a hedging tool and also for the speculative purpose has blossomed into a major foreign exchange activity. Has blossomed, purposes has blossomed into a major foreign currency activity. Option on the OTC market can be tailored to the specific needs of the firm, but can expose the firm to counterparty. But if the options, when the options are traded in the OTC market, there is a chance of counterparty risk because no action, no organized activities are involved. Always there is a chance of counterparty risk. Okay. Option or organized exchange are standardized, but counterparty risk substantially reduced. And we told earlier that no counterparty risk, but here we are telling that counterparty risk is substantially reduced. Okay. Exchange traded contracts are particularly appealing to the speculators and individuals who do not normally have access to the OTC market. Okay, the person who does not have access to the OTC market, they normally can participate or work as a speculator in the exchange trade. Bank also trade on the exchange because it is one of the several ways they can offset the risk of option they have transacted with clients or other banks. They can reduce, for hedging purposes, the bank can use the option market. Increased the use of foreign currency option is a reflection of explosive growth in the use of other kinds of options and the resultant improvements of the option pricing market. An increase of the foreign currency option is a reflection of explosive growth in the use of other kinds of options and resultant improvement in the option pricing model. This is the good signal. That means our underlying price is 58.01, 58.1. It was our underlying price. Okay, the spot price in the market. Okay, for example. But we think that in the future, the price of the currency will be increased in the future. Therefore, we have entered into in the call option price that in the future we want to buy some currency in the future. At what rate? At this 58.5, 58.5. Okay, first currency that we can enter into the market. 58.5 cents per Swiss franc. Okay, and then what we can assure in this case, because if the spot increases over the time period, the spot increases and stands or equals to the strike price, then this situation is known as the at the money. It is the strike price at the money. Okay, we are at the money position. We are at the when the spot price is equal to the our strike price. Okay, but if the spot price it does not moves, if the spot price does not move the strike price, then what the holder will do? Well, the holder will not exercise the option. Then what will be his loss? His loss will be incurred on his premium. The premium that already he is paid. It is the 0.5 cents. 0.5 cents. Okay, 0.50 cents. Okay, this is our limited loss. But when the spot price moves up moves further, for example 59. So 59, when the spot price is 59, at this situation the investor is a break-even price. This is a strike price plus this premium pay is equal to 59. And further, if the spot price increases over the 59 and then 59.5 and other things, then in this case, if the option is exercised, the buyer should have unlimited. Why we are focusing on unlimited? We don't know. Within the maturity date, how much price will increase, how much price will be increased. Therefore, we are use the term unlimited. Now it's clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? So this is the unlimited.
Next message.
Okay, so we think the buyer of a call option on Swiss franc with a strike price of 55.5 cents injected, with a strike price of 58.5 cents Swiss franc has a limited loss of 50 cents per Swiss franc at the spot rate. At the spot rate less than the 58. If there is any less than price than our strike price, the option will be not exercised. But what will be the loss of the holder? The holder will lose the premium that he paid already, the premium out of the money. This is out of the money is 0.5 cents. And the unlimited profit potential at the spot rate was 58.5 in the money. That means after this he is in the money. If the spot price moves up, then 58.5 cents per Swiss franc, then it will we are in the now the writer of a call. We have to focus on the writer of a call. Writer means the person who is selling the call option. Okay, what the buyer of an option loses, the writer gains, or what the writer gains, the buyer loses. This is the vice versa situation. The profit and loss actually transferred from one party to another party. If one party's profit means other party's loss, and vice versa. What the buyer of an option loses, the writer gains. Okay, the maximum profit that the writer of a call option can be the limited to the premium. The maximum profit the writer can earn. The maximum profit the writer can earn, that is the limited of the premium. More than premium he cannot earn. Okay, in case of the profitable, the writer only of a call option can only earn the limited premium. If the writer wrote the option next, that is without owning the currency, the writer would now have to buy the currency and spot and take the loss, delivering the strike price. If the writer would not option next, that is without owning the currency. If the situation is like that, the writer don't have currency to deliver, because the in a call option, the holder will interested to buy the currency, but at the time of the maturity, if the seller of the option, that means who will supply the currency without owning the currency, the writer would now have to buy the currency at the spot and take the loss, delivering the strike risk. For example, the writer don't have any inventory of supplying the currency. In this case, what the writer will do? The writer will buy the currency at a high price from the market and they deliver the currency to the writer at a strike price. Then a loss will be incurred. কারণ আমি যদি মার্কেট থেকে বেশি প্রাইসে কিনে এখন সাপ্লাই দিতে চাই, that means I have to bear additional loss. Okay. The amount of such loss is unlimited. So in this case, the amount of loss will be unlimited depending upon the spot market price. Okay, and increases as the underlying currency rises. That is as the underlying currency price, if the spot price increases unlimitedly, you have to bear the unlimited loss. Even if the writer already owns the currency, the writer will experience an opportunity loss. Okay, that means if the writer, for example, the writer have an inventory for supply the currency, but even the writer will experience an opportunity loss because he can sell. He would have an opportunity to sell the currency at a higher price in the spot market, but now he is not able to sell the currency at a high price at the spot market, but because he is obligated to sell the currency at a strike price to the holder. Now, what would be the profit or loss of the, in this case, to the writer? The profit should be equal to premium minus spot rate minus the strike price, minus the spot rate minus strike price. So this is the profit. This is the profit the writer. Now the situation. Profit and loss of the writer of a call option. The profit and option writer call option. So at the money strike rate, we told this is the at the money. This is the situation is the at the money. This is the at the money situation. When the strike price is equal to the spot rate, so at this case the buyer also at the money strike price. This is the at the money at the strike price. Okay, but when the spot price is less than the strike price, but in this case the writer has an opportunity to sell at a higher price to a holder, a higher price at a holder, but definitely there is a limited profit. What is the limited profit? The limited profit is like this 0.5, because in this case the option will be exercised, and what is his profit? If the option is exercised, that the premium that he has received already. Therefore there is a limited profit. The writer has a limited gain of profit if the option is exercised. Okay, but if the option is not exercised, then the writer that means if the spot price is less than strike price, in this case normally holder does not exercise the option. So, but in this case the writer has a profit. The writer holds all the premium as a profit. Therefore, there is a limited profit of 50 cents. But when the spot price moves up, for example, this is the break-even price. This is the break-even price. Break-even price means spot price plus, in this case, the spot price plus premium for the writer. For the writer, this is the spot price plus premium. This is the break-even price for the writer. And if the spot price moves further and further, there will be unlimited loss. Unlimited for the writer. This is the opposite of the holder, because we told what the holder losses, the writer gains. What the holder gains, the writer losses. So in this case, if the writer has unlimited losses, the holder has unlimited profit. In this case, this is out of the money. In case of the holder, the holder has a limited loss, and also and vice versa, the buyer has the seller, the grantor has limited. Okay, so this is the situation. The writer of a call option on Swiss franc with a strike price with a strike price of 58.5 cents per Swiss franc has a limited profit of 50 cents at the spot rate less than the 58.5, and an unlimited loss potential at the spot rate above to the right 50, that is the 59 cents per Swiss, 59 cents per Swiss. For example, this price are quoted as a cents, not in a dollar. Okay, 50 cents. One thing you have to note is that all the prices are quoted not in a dollar, is a cents. Okay, all the prices are quoted in this here with cents, not check.
Yes, sir.
So these are all in cents. Okay, that means the price are quoted US cents, not US dollar. Check it. Okay, Swiss franc. Okay, in cents, US cents, not US dollar. Okay, it's US cents, 59 cents, 58 cents. Okay, so this is the cents. Okay, now it's clear up to the slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any question today? Hello,
স্যার টেবিলটা একটু রিপিট করবেন
which table? The first
Sir.
one.
Profit and
sir.
loss.
Okay. So this is the cherry. This is the spot price. For example, when the contract is making. Okay, at the time of contract, this is the situation of the market. The spot price in the market per Swiss franc is 58.5 cents, 58.51 cents per Swiss franc. Okay, but the contract price at the price the buyer wants to buy, that is the 58.5 cents in the futures. Then what is the price of the option itself? The price of the option itself is 0.50 cents. That is half cents. Okay, half cents. This is the half cents.
স্যার আমরা এই পয়েন্টটা কেন সিলেক্ট করবো স্যার যেটা বলতেছেন
On the which point?
স্যার এই টেবিলে আপনি যেটা কাটসাপ ধরে আছেন স্যার, মানে
হ্যাঁ,
আন্ডারলাইন যেটা করা আছে স্যার এটা কেন আমরা
This is the basis of solving the problem.
মানে স্যার কোশ্চেনটা কিরকম
Okay,
হবে
they are
আমরা সেটা
also-
জানতে চাচ্ছি।
There are also other options. There are also other options, but we are making a solution of this option. Only this
Yeah.
option. Okay, this is the option. So, in all cases, the spot price are different. In all prices, spot price are different. But the stock price are different. The options, call option price are different. In many cases, the September price are not available. Okay, December price are available. In this case, August price are available. September price are available. Okay, this is each option 62 are the option maturity or expiration dates. Okay. Okay. Do you have any further question? Hello.
নো স্যার
Okay. If you don't have further questions, so we are in a position to say goodbye to all of you. Have a nice day.